I gotta say, this Percy, he's just like a little bean. This model of him is so cute. So let's see what his best moments really are. Best of Percy was first put out on VHS on July 24th, 2001 by Anchor Bay. Then it was put out the next year on DVD in 2002, along with a green border and a push and whistle slipcover released in 2007. Then, in 2009, it was released by Lionsgate, and the next year in Canada by Maple Pictures. This DVD features 9 episodes from seasons 1 to 3, all about Percy. So first off, Percy's Ghostly Trick. S-tier episode. Perfect atmosphere, great narration, like whether you're watching Ringo, like if you're watching the Ringo or Carlin version. It's just like a masterpiece in like creating such a haunting atmosphere. Like, even there are rarely any episodes that come to this level of like frightfulness or like the terrifying atmosphere in Percy's Ghostly Trick. Scarf for Percy. It's the episode that kicked off season 3. It's a nice, simple little slice of life Percy episode. And yeah, it's just nice. Percy takes the plunge. An interesting thing about this is that on this release, it uses the Ringo dub instead of George Carlin's dub. I think this was probably, I'm not going to go too much into it, but I think because they couldn't find George Carlin's version of this without like an echoed soundtrack. So they decided to use Ringo's dub because his dub did not have an echoed soundtrack. Another just classic episode featuring a lot of great camera movements and an iconic crash. It's just another kind of quintessential episode of Thomas. Percy's Predicament. One that I think has like a better crash and better like build-up theme to it. And it's also another nice episode. Alright, here's a great one. Thomas Percy and the Mail Train. Just such another fantastic episode. And it also just shows how far Thomas and Percy had come in their friendship. In like the previous season, they were not friends. They didn't really get along. But here in season 3, like, you see that they are now friends who confide in each other, like, when the going gets tough. Just like how Unlucky Tug described it. And this episode just puts that on full display, showing how far they've come. I love it. Next up is Percy Runs Away from season 1. I think this is another nice episode. For some of these episodes, I don't have a lot to say on them, other than I think they're really nice. It's just for some of them, they don't have much in-depth going on to them. Which I think is kind of like the best way to describe, like, it's the best way to kind of describe Percy Runs Away, since it's from season 1. Then that's kind of a more simple season, whereas the other ones get more and more complex. Which is not a bad thing. Percy and the Signal, another good episode. Percy proves a point, has some of the best like music in all of seasons 1 to 5. Like that theme of Percy and Harold racing, the Mike and Junior were just constantly throwing out banger themes after banger themes. And now, here's the one to end it off, Percy's Promise. Just another great episode. And much like what I was talking about with Mail Train, it also just shows like Thomas and Percy's growth, like, because Thomas like trusts Percy to get his passengers there. If this was taking place in like seasons 1 and 2, he would have just given this to like Edward. But no, he's now given it to Percy because he's come around. He now fully trusts Percy. And just has fantastic visuals all around. So yeah, Best of Percy. It's another great release in Thomas. Now we've got 2 more best ofs to go through. Best of James which is the only best of I have on VHS, and one that I don't have at all, Best of Gordon. But hopefully, we're gonna get to those. I think Best of James is probably gonna be the next one in terms of the best ofs.